That's it. I got it. And now a word from Ron and Fez. Ron! Fez! Ron and Fez! Hey! I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell.
I'm just a big retard.
Buddy, it's the Ron and Fez Show live. 866-277-4969. Those phone lines are open. Welcome to the show today. We will be doing Fez's favorite game show tonight, Sopranos product placement. And tonight we're giving away memberships to MafiaLife.com. MafiaLife.com, where you go online and pretend you're in the Mafia. I don't know exactly how it works. I've never played any role-playing games. Have you, Fez?
No, I knew friends that played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
But I never played myself because I could never understand if you could be like an all-powerful wizard. Why would you decide to be an elf or a dwarf or something?
Don't you have to work your way up? I know in this Mafia Mob or MafiaLife.com, you start as a soldier and then hopefully you work your way up to Godfather. So I thought maybe it was the same way with D&D, as they say.
Maybe it is. These kids just seem to love it. And I don't even know. To me, it's like, if you're role-playing, role-playing to me is like the Civil War guys, where they actually go out on a battlefield and put on the uniforms.
How do you see that any different than Dungeons and Dragons, though? That's still role-playing, right? And you can't really break out of it. It's not like you can suddenly say to yourself, if you're in one of those kind of games, all right, I'm going to make sure I'm the hero of this, and, keep yelling, you missed me. They have to get shot when they get shot, right?
I believe that is the rules, and then you just have to lay there dead.
You're not one of those guys that... I've never played... I don't know whether any of our guys on our show have ever played any role-playing games. And Wonder Boy seems the type to me. I don't know.
With his secret fantasies.
Yeah.
It seems like something he would do in the dark at night.
I mean, the only...
naked in his room.
The only role-playing games I've ever played is, Big Daddy's going to figure out who's bad, and, of course, Bad Uncle. You're staying at Bad Uncle's house. That I understand. I understand that kind of role-play. But even that can go too far. Now, there's other types of things where people are playing vampires all the time, and I think that there's some even kind of Matrix game where you pretend that you're in the Matrix. A lot of this stuff happens online. I know, like, if you go to AOL... there's all kinds of chat rooms that are just for vampires. And I don't know why.
So there's a lot of adults pretending anymore.
Yeah, adults pretend. Adults never really... This generation of adults has never really grown up. And you can see it in so many ways. Our sports thing. If you look at, like, let's say, the Yankees 1920s pictures, you look into the audience... You see a lot of guys in their 30s and 40s wearing shirts and ties. Not necessarily meaning, these are all office workers. If a guy who worked construction went to the Yankees game, he dressed up like a man, shirt and tie, maybe a hat on. Look at the Yankees games now, and everyone's dressed like they're 12 years old, where they have on the Yankees cap, Yankees shirt, like somehow they're pretending they're on the Yankees. Go to a Redskins game. Everybody's dressed like they're injured, but still wanted to put the uniform on and go to the game. I kind of consider that role-playing. I'll give you another example. These collectible toys for adults, where every movie now sells these little models, I guess they are, or action figures, and I don't care if it's a sports team sell them. And I'm like, why would a man want to buy a toy and keep it at his house? Are they playing with them, or I don't know what's happening?
No, they don't play with them. They keep them MIB, mint in box. And they keep them as part of their collection and their display.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you would display toys if you're an adult. What would it mean? I understand that a kid, let's say, gets a Superman toy and he's pretending that he's flying around with it. What's a grown man going to do with a Superman pool? What does he do?
All he does is display it. He puts it out for other people to see. That's all he does with it.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I know what you're telling me that they do. I don't understand what he gets from that. What the feeling is of owning it. I can understand if you've got, a DVD collection or a CD collection. You're literally playing those things. With this, you're collecting everybody from Reservoir Dogs, and I have the feeling when no one's around, you're pretending that they're shooting each other. All right, if anybody is a collector with that stuff, I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually multi-billion-dollar business right now. I just don't see what people get out of it. 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969.
For my birthday, Skellington got me a replica lightsaber from Star Wars, and that thing cost within the hundreds of dollars.
Wow, I had no idea.
I'm just making 3 figures now, Ronnie. She's doing quite well for herself.
I had no idea you were talking that kind of money.
Well,
so it's not like an art piece or something.
Well, I'm saying it's not like it's just a toy. I mean, that is a prop that is identical to the one that they use in the movie. So when you have that, it is like having that piece of the movie off the screen in your room, in your living room, or holding it.
I still don't get it. Number one, your lightsaber, which you brought in here, and it's in a little carrying case and all, you can't hit it and suddenly have a lightsaber.
I wish.
If they had those, I'd have one at my house, and I'd be swinging it at everybody. Yours is just really... Is it metal or plastic?
Yeah, it's metal.
You're yelling at me like I'm offended you. I don't mean to.
Yes, it's metal.
It's not real, though. It's a toy.
Well, it is as real as the thing that they used to shoot the film. I mean, no, it would be better with a blade, but it
from the finest metals on Tatooine.
But let's say that you collected guns. You want a real gun, not a pretend gun. That's for children. A child would say, look, this is a plastic German Luger. A gun collector would have a German Luger and then go out and shoot it.
That's so cool, though, that Darth Maul got you a lightsaber for your birthday.
Here's Jaron. Jaron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. When that new Star Wars movie first came out, the Episode 1, I went and bought a whole bunch of the action figures for that movie because they were going for insane prices on eBay. And then I figured if I hung on to them for a few years, like, they'd be worth more. And now... because the movie sucked so bad, I lost, they're worth half as much as I paid for them.
Yeah, but, I mean, so you went at it for a different thing. I mean, to me, a real collector would get it and never want to sell it. Just like an art collector. I know it could be worth that much, but you're trying to cop in on other people collecting. Other people like these things.
Well, I used to collect comic books, and I would always I would every now and then buy a comic book that might have some special value to it, or I would buy new ones that I thought were going to have value down the road. And with me, the toys were like an extension of that, buying like the superhero action figures and stuff.
So you own superhero action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're not around you, when you're at your home alone, you take those things out and pretend that you're flying, don't you?
Maybe I put on a cape, but I try to keep everything nice in the box. I do like my bat signal, though.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you? All right, 866-277-4969. And when you light that bat signal, by the way, it's very cool because I got a phone. But do you think to yourself, I have trouble in my personal life, and I'm going to shine this bat signal to let me know help is on the way? Let's go to Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
Cool.
I'm real into, the Universal Monsters, and I have, a very small collection of, a couple of the Bela Lugosi dolls and, a Frankenstein cookie jar. Just, little stuff like that. I don't consider myself, a big collector.
So you're just a big monster fan?
Yeah.
But I don't understand what you do with it, though, once you get it.
And it's really hard to convince people I'm of normal intelligence, too, when they see it in my house.
Is your house filled with these things?
No. When I was younger, I had, the posters all in my room and stuff, but no, those days are gone.
Yeah, I understand that, kids like toys and become fans of them. What I don't understand is why adults jump into it. And, I mean, not a movie comes out now that doesn't run these action figures, which are gone $80, $90, and they're R-rated films. So I know 5-6-year-old kids are not running out and getting this stuff. Here's Fred. Fred, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I used to work at a toy store, and I also used to be a part of this culture that would collect everything. I still kind of dabble in it now, but there's these people who would come to, like, toy stores at 20, 30 minutes, sometimes hours before they open and just wait to get Hot Wheels, these new action figures when they know they come out. It's insane. I used to collect card games, like baseball cards, that you'd play with each other. And I would be selling, as soon as one game would be out of fashion, I'd be selling my stuff to get to the next game. It's insane.
So you don't even know what your addiction is. There's something driving you. I mean, once you get it, you don't get pleasure from it, right?
Yeah, you do, but then it's peer pressure, and then you got to go to the next game because you're left man out if you don't keep up.
How old are you, Fed?
I'm 25.
I would think that the peer pressure would be to stop collecting toys. Do you know what I'm saying? And kind of move on into the next phase of life.
Yeah, I know people 50 years old collecting Hot Wheels like they're, I don't know, candy or something.
Yeah, I understand. Well,
they're going like Hot Wheels.
Yeah. I understand that people do it. What I don't understand is why they do it. So far, I haven't gotten a single reason why. MafiaLife.com, that's what we're giving out. It's an online role-playing game, Fezzy, and we'll be giving that out tonight with your Sopranos product placement game, where you go online and you whack people and you're playing this game as if it's real, you know, and obviously, you know, no one's really going out and robbing stuff, but I just am wondering where the pleasure comes from. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, you know, the worst role play that I can't stand is these grown men that go around playing paintball. I hate it. I don't understand it. I've done it, and it's like I don't want to pretend like I'm trying to get killed or I'm trying to kill somebody else. I don't understand that.
What's really interesting, too, about paintball is that it's being kind of given sport now. Now that there are these huge leagues and they have like a national championship, which I think ESPN2 ran last year, or one of the networks. Yep. It's on TV, and you're now watching it, and you're watching, but let's face it, it's guys playing armor.
It's like when you used to run around with sticks in the backyard. Except now the sticks have sticking pellets, and they hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, but these guys are wearing so much gear now that they're not really getting hurt. Somebody else has to tell them, hey, there's orange on your back. Hey, Benny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I can tell you exactly why these people are collecting these things. They are targeting the market of these kids who grew up with the advertising age, who was trying to sell all these Evel Knievel's, all these 24-inch G.I. Joes, and these kids just grew up with this stuff blasting in their ear, and they feel this void, and now they're trying to fill it.
Yeah, but don't you think like our parents and our grandparents, they had games, they had toys, but when they hit a certain age, they kind of moved into another phase. I'll give you an example of this. They're doing the Dick Van Dyke reunion now. When you watch the old rerun shows, whether it's Dick Van Dyke or My Three Sons or whatever, the parents of those shows are the same age as like the Friends characters now, or the Seinfeld characters at their age. Dick Van Dyke acted like an adult on his show. Nobody would watch a show in those days where people in their late 30s, early 40s were worrying about dating and their free time and what they did. People there at that age, they acted like adults and they watched adult things.
With the addiction part of this, I know with me, if there's like a movie that I'm excited about, I really get tempted to start buying the action figures, and usually I don't anymore, because I know with me, I like to get the entire set. That's part of the obsession with me, to get all 9 collectible figures or whatever.
Yeah, and you also have a very stupid tattoo from a Batman movie.
That's my Riddler question mark.
He's wearing a Riddler question mark. A movie that's, let's face it, pretty much forgotten. I mean, what people are really looking forward to is when they finally try to do something. Here is Thomas. Thomas, you're on Fez.
Ron and Fez, the East Coast presidents of radio, absolutely.
I don't even know what that means, but
That
thank you.
means I admire you tremendously, and you're tremendously funny, both of you.
Thank you very much.
I listen to a lot of radio.
Thank you.
And the reason
Who's the West Coast president, by the way?
Bill Hand.
All right, Fezzy, we're the Bill Hand of the East Coast. Woohoo! So talk to the hand. That's what I'm saying right now. That's what I would do if I was Bill Hand. Every phone call I went to, I'd say, talk to the hand.
I just proved it, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right. The reason why we collect, and I collect, I don't consider myself a collector as such, but I do have collections of different things. One is guns. I shoot.
Yeah, I understand collecting guns and shooting. That's an adult thing to do.
Another one is, maybe half a dozen Mattel-type cars, and 2 of them are Vipers, which is one of my dream cars.
Why don't you get a real Viper?
Because I don't have $85,000.
Sell the gun.
But just,
I can get a whole bunch of guns.
You would think that, if you had like a 10-year plan for yourself, you might end up with a Viper.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
But the reason is,
personally, I would just be more frustrated looking at a toy Viper, knowing what I really wanted was a Viper.
I'd probably try to climb into it.
Kind of looking at porn videos, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Well, the reason is that when we were kids, we had toys.
Right.
And especially the baby boomers. We had, from, say, 55 to, 85. 1985.
Right.
We were inundated as new consumers.
Right. So we had toys when we were kids.
And so now we're adults. We're 40, 50, 60 years old, and we have the money to buy the stuff that we wanted 50 years ago.
Right.
So we do that.
But you know what? Let's just talk about our parents. They had the money to suddenly go out and get a red wagon for themselves, but they didn't. They got stuff for their kids.
And you know why they did that?
Yeah.
Because they grew up in the Depression.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the Deep South where it was the hardest hit. So.
But what I'm trying to say is they moved into another phase of life. They moved into adulthood. And it's like people going, well, it reminds me of my youth. I'm like, you haven't gotten out of your youth yet. You're still acting like you did when you were 12, except for now you got a little more money to spend with. Thank you very much for calling, Thomas.
Thank you.
All right. Mikey D's on. He wants to tell us that he used to role-play games. Here is Mikey.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
All right, man. When I was, in college, we had a thing, something like MafiaLife.com,
Right.
But it was we would put, $10 in a pool. Everybody went in there, and we got these, suction cup guns.
Right.
Or, the Nerf guns or whatever. And we'd have an assignment on who to kill. We had the name. And we would go after that person and kill them before the other person that had your name would kill you. Last man standing won the pool.
Oh, assassin?
That's what it was, assassin, right?
You'd heard of this before, Fez?
We played it in high school.
We did that in college.
Now, so you would have a Nerf gun, and you would go around and shoot each other with it.
Right.
And you could only shoot the person that
you were assigned to kill.
The one name, yeah.
Right.
And nobody knows who has whose name.
Well, there used to be some leaks, People used to cahoot together, so they could win the pool and split the pool. So people would tell.
They were forming alliances then.
There you go.
They were forming alliances.
And you had to shoot them, I think, with at least one witness.
Yeah, somebody had to see it, definitely, right.
So that's how the word got out.
That's how your hit got confirmed.
And then you got the next name that was in there.
All right. So you would keep having to shoot people.
Right. Unless you got killed.
Yeah. You would be done one round.
Oh, well, maybe.
So you might like this Mafia Life that time.
I may like that as well.
Yeah.
In Disney, they collect pins in Disney. They have a lanyard, this thing that goes around your neck, and you collect pins. And all the kids, and there's a lot of grown-ups that are walking around Disney, going to employees, and you can trade with them because there's limited editions out there of these Disney pins.
I hate the term limited editions because the person who has produced the stuff is the one forcing the market on limited editions. They could go and make as many of these things as they want to.
Remember when they said they weren't going to make any more Beanie Babies? And people were supposed to run out and get the last of those.
And are Beanie Babies selling now? I mean, can you still go out and... I mean, let's suppose you saved your Beanie Babies. Would you be making big cash off it?
I don't see any sort of market for Beanie Babies. Yeah. And they used to be everywhere.
Well, Helen and I had a little game while we were at Disney.
I don't want to hear about that. It's some of this weird stuff you guys did.
No, it wasn't so weird. It was about the pins.
It wasn't the game that you and Helen played is Tonight, Helen, you be the boy. Isn't that the thing that you played?
We do that sometimes.
I want to be a real boy.
Yeah. I
dress up, too.
No, I know that. No, you do. All right, so what would you guys do with the pins?
Well, you know, everyone's doing this trading and stuff. We said, yeah, you know what? Let's lift some pins. The hell with the trading. So every day we would see how many she would be able to lift or how many I would be able to lift.
By lifting, you steal.
Exactly.
And you store them in little stores?
Yeah, the little kiosks that were outside.
That's good.
They were so busy, you know, so they wouldn't notice. There's like thousands of pins, so we would look to see which ones we need, and then after, like, the day was over, we'd go back to the room, and Helen would go, I got 4, and then I would say, well, no, I got 5.
And the name of this game was The Bees Are Running Out of Vacation Money. Don't let Renee know.
No, she doesn't know.
All right, Mikey, thanks, buddy.
Okay, guys.
Hope you get 5 to 10.
It's stealing is stealing. By the way, I saw this hysterical stuff with Quentin Tarantino talking about, I guess they're worrying so much about bootlegging movies now, right? And Tarantino's going, well, it's not a black and white issue. I got some bootlegs. He's going, some of the stuff you can't get.
That's okay.
What are you supposed to do? I just don't see it as black and white. And I'm laughing because every time you go to the movie theater now, there's some carpenter on the screen letting know that if you go out and download Van Helsing, his children die.
Anything that's going to be available on DVD in the next month, that's wrong. But if it's really hard to get.
Or if it's in a different language, let's say. Because people that collect that, I don't know whether you know this or not, but people like guys that like bootleg records, they love to have anything in a different language. So like the album cover, they suddenly want, Let It Be if it's in Japanese. And they're like, they'll take it out of this plastic and show it to you. And I'm like, it's still the same album inside. I know that you think it's a big deal, but when I put it on the smoke a joint, I'm still hearing the same album. Carrie or Ron and Fez?
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah, man.
This thing's too sophisticated because, like, I'm 56. And I remember when I was a kid, my brothers, my buddies, and I, we would go down to the local sand and gravel company, and our contest would be we just fling rocks at each other. And the game would end by the winner being the first person to hit somebody and create a serious injury about the head or body.
Yeah, so rock fights.
Did you have rock fights?
Yeah, sure.
I got my brother real bad one time.
Yeah.
I told my mother, that a brick fell out of the tree.
But Gary, here's the point. You're 56 now, right?
Yeah.
You stopped having rock fights. Fez's house looks like it belongs to a 12-year-old with an American Scouts fan.
It looks like the Hall of Justice, my friend.
And I just don't understand it at all. And you know what? I was thinking the same thing as you're watching TV commercials for beer ads now. They make people who look like they had beer, they're drinking beer, look like they just had their first beer. Guys are chucking beer around, and they're throwing each other. And I'm like, this is not what I think we should be showing the way adults look. It looks like 14-year-olds are having a keg party instead that the guys are 25 and 30.
I hate any commercial where they make a mess in the house. It just drives me nuts.
I hate any commercial now that they expect you to buy a car because you like the song. You think that's the point there? Hey, everybody loved The Who, so we'll just show a car driving down the road while we play a Who song.
Most of the car ads are just, cars out in the desert, peeling out, and the doors are flying off, and they're zooming around, and you're supposed to buy the car because of that, and there's not one thing you're allowed to do in these cars that they're doing in the commercial.
And again, it looks like the thing that if you were an adult, you would tell a 16-year-old not to do it when you get the car. You're not going to go out there and just start driving over nature, going crazy while a Who song is blaring.
And try to do synchronized driving on the highway.
I'll tell you something else about commercials. Most of the time, I'm watching a commercial on TV. When I have a TiVo, and I'm not just blowing through it as quick as I possibly can, I have to turn to my chick and go, what are they saying? I have no idea. And she'll just go pants.
It can be. It could be a combination of pants, shoes, or computers. It's really, really hard to tell sometimes. But it's usually one of those three.
Yeah, or colas. A lot of times you get really crazy on colas. Hey, Kelly, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, we're losing you. Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how's it going?
Good.
I actually used to collect Star Wars figures, like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I think the reason I did it back in the day, this is probably in my 20s, I'm in my mid-30s now, is it was really nostalgic. It made you feel like, hey, those were better times, I was having a good time then. And, if it's not going that great for you, it brings back feelings maybe you had thinking about, the movie and when it came out and when you went with your friends and all that crap.
Yeah, I understand that, Andrew, but here's the point. Don't you feel like by us making such a huge deal about being 12 or 13 that we're missing out on being 30 and 35 by somehow acting like you peaked when you were that age? Because I
agree with you.
I don't think people are as happy or were as happy as they remember. You didn't have a ride most of the time when you were that age. You never been with a woman. There was so many things that just sucked about being 14, yet somehow we look back on it like it was marvelous.
But if we had had those toys back then, it would have been.
But you're just blowing your 30s. You've taken your 30s and chucked them out the window by pretending that you're 15. All right, 866-277-4969. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.